Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So look, um, it's been reported all over the internet right now, all over the YT streets, that Jaguar Wright with big Homie.Cc, Odell Beckham, Drewski, I think his name is. I don't even know who the hell that is, but apparently he's some type of skit creator, big time. Child, I was like, okay, maybe Diddy is suing them. But no, they are actually being sued with Diddy. Okay? With him. And I was just like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? Hey, Danielle, yes, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. You guys know I'm still sick. I'm probably sounding a little bit better than I have the past couple of days, but I'm still sick. But I'm here, damn it, because we're going to talk about this. So first of all, it's over 80 pages. Y'all done lost y'all mind if y'all think I'm about to read 80 pages. Okay, look, let me tell y'all something. I have a career, I have stuff going on. I am not a full-time YouTuber. For those who are full-time YouTubers, this is their job to read that type of stuff on a consistent basis. Not this girl here, okay? God bless the ones who have the time. It ain't me, all right? So I was not. So I was just kind of like just getting the cliff notes to stuff. Pretty much what kind of alerted me was, I see these names, right? Now, this is an amended complaint. Amended. Hey, Ty. An amended complaint that pretty much has Sean, of course, as you see at the top, Christina, Coran, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, and Shane Pierce. And as soon as I saw those names, I said, why the hell does this sound familiar? Okay. I was like, why does it sound familiar? Then they have these other names: Ruben Valdez, John, Odell Beckham, like I said, Drew, which is the Drewski guy, Jacqueline Wright, aka Jaguar Wright, Helena Harris Scott, Brandy, Janice Combs, Keith, which is Big Homie.Cc, and John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. So there's apparently more people in this, right? Apparently, allegedly. But those top 3 names, I said, that sounds too damn familiar. And I said, what is going on? Then I saw the information about who was actually doing this. Now, this is actually Ashley Parham and a John Doe and a Jane Doe. And then I saw the attorney's name, Sean R. Perez and Ariel Mitchell. All right. And so I was like, hold the hell up. I was like, what's going on here? Right. And so literally, I said, I remember this. This is from the Diddy documentary. And I was like, hold up now. I remember this actual case because I remember, and I believe that was Ashley that was on. She was in the documentary, and I also saw, like, the news was saying that she was going to be in a documentary. She was the girl who allegedly got SA'd with a remote, if y'all remember. Okay? With a remote. Y'all remember that story if y'all saw this, all right? So, and I remember Ariel Mitchell mentioned those names. She mentioned the Christinas and the Shanes. And she was talking about this case, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this is alleged, but she was talking about this case on the documentary. And the girl who was in, like, you couldn't see her, she was in disguise, was talking about what happened. And this was how she said that a police report was actually made and everything. And I guess allegedly they didn't do anything. So I was like, hold up. Why is this being amended? Because apparently they had already filed this, but now it was being amended. So I was just like, what is going on? And then I remembered this. Y'all remember, Jaguar was on Piers Morgan. Okay? Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. Jaguar was on Piers Morgan. Y'all remember that infamous interview on Piers Morgan? They had to cut some of it out, okay? Now, I am sure, okay? I am sure people kept it, even though he took it out. I'm sure people kept it. But remember, she said Jay-Z and Beyonce were a nasty couple and do nasty things, amongst other things she said about Diddy. All right. And so, interesting enough, that same interview on Piers Morgan, guess who was on that episode? Ariel Mitchell. If y'all remember that. She was on that same episode with Jack. All right. Now, I'm not going to actually play the video, fair use. I'm just going to have you guys listen in because I'm not going to actually do the Jaguar part, but I do want you guys to hear what Ariel Mitchell actually said because I just find this interesting. And again, I get it, you guys. I know some people was like, yeah, Jag isn't involved in this or whatever the case may be. Look, at the end of the day, do I feel that Jag brought this on herself? Yeah, because of all of the things that she's saying. At this point, people are probably going to want you to start pulling these damn receipts that you claim that you have. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want you to start pulling the receipts. It is what it is. You have been saying that you allegedly have receipts, that you allegedly have been talking to alleged authorities before. You claiming all of this stuff. I'm not shocked, but I just find it interesting that Ariel is a part of this and Jag's name has been added to this. So let me ask you, because at one point on this actual episode, she was defending Jag, and this just is too damn weird. Let me just play it.
Diddy, what do you think about the scale of this case?
Well, before I get into that, I kind of want to address the prior two panelists. First with Mrs. Jaguar Wright. She said a lot of things that were very jarring in her explanation of what she saw and had firsthand accounts on. My concern for her, she's saying a lot of things that could be considered libelous.
Right.
And I would suggest that she contacts an attorney, if only to vet the information she has or purports to have from other victims. At least they can protect her, and then they can also do their due diligence, the attorneys, to make sure that the information she's receiving is accurate outside of the things that she knows and may have proof of. I was very concerned about some of the things that she had said in her prior segment. I also want to address Mr. Vlad, who I know to be a culture vulture, who takes from the Black community and doesn't give back and puts artists in situations where then they are indicted by the police. And he's very much so what we call police type investigation in the Black community. And for him to repudiate what Mrs. Wright has said, I thought was completely out of line. He can say he doesn't agree, which is fine. But for him to be someone who constantly uses the Black community and uses them as a means for his platform, I thought that was very inconsiderate and unprofessional. Now, to get to your question.
Okay. So y'all heard that part. We're not even done though, but y'all heard that part. So she was pretty much saying like, and pretty much chastised Vlad and said, you're a culture vulture. And for you to kind of downplay what Jag is saying, she's telling Jag that she needs to kind of have representation which kind of made me wonder if she was trying to have Jag contact her. I don't know. But she sure did lit into Vlad, which, you know what I'm saying, I don't think a lot of us are really annoyed by that. But, you know what I'm saying? But to me, she was acting as if she was an advocate, in my opinion. Now, you guys can let me know, right, wrong, or indifferent. Y'all can let me know. This is why I got the live going. Hey, T-Per, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going in as usual. Drewski just came out of some kind of reality show. It's like, oh, okay. Ariel Mitchell. Hey, Kashari girl. Hey, Chris, you at work? Oh, love you back, T Pretty. Hey, boo. Yeah. Yes, you guys. So she seemed like she was trying to be an advocate for Jaguar and what she was saying. Did y'all get that from what you just heard that, right? She seemed like she was trying to be an advocate, but was pretty much telling Jag she needed to have some type of legal representation, not just for her protection, but for the victim's protection. Did you guys just not, is that just me? But that's what I'm hearing, right? So how do we go from this? How do we go from this a couple of months ago to now Jag being added to this case? Y'all help me understand that. Help me understand this. This is why I said something ain't right. How do you go from this interview to now Jaguar Wright being added? I don't know, y'all. And I know there are plenty of people. There are plenty. What do you mean Ariel is added to? What do you mean Ariel is added, Danielle? What do you mean? Are you trying to be funny? Because I'm like, Ariel's not added to this. This is all the names that are added. Now, they do have John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10 as if they can add more people if they want to. But these are the people that are being accused that are named now. You know what I mean? So I'm just confused. I am confused as to why all of a sudden Jag name is being added to this. I don't know. Something seems very fishy. Very fishy. Because it's not adding up to me. It's not adding up. So I don't know what Ariel is doing. She is an attorney. But to me, add Ariel for a lawsuit against NBC. Okay, that's totally different though. We're talking about this case. We're talking about this case though. This case, Ariel is not added. We're not talking about the NBC case. We're talking about this case. Now, it just seems to me, and this may happen even more because Jaguar keeps making it seem as if she has evidence. She tries to make it seem like she has proof. Allegedly has proof. Now, you guys have heard video from other people's content and her being on other people's platforms, even daring people to sue her. So, I'm just saying, at a certain point, people are going to call you bluff and may add her to these type of cases just so she can come out, show what she has, or she will have to try to find representation or represent herself You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's going to be a lot of people that's going to say, show what the hell you have. But this definitely is just, I'm sorry, you guys, it's not passing the sniff test for me. Now, this big homie, CC, I know in my opinion, for me, he kind of came out of nowhere. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he has actually said, allegedly, he's been at Diddy parties. I don't know if he's actually been a bodyguard for Diddy, but I believe he said in one actual video that I did watch that he's actually been at a Diddy party. So I don't know if this is, they've done their research and they've connected the dots that people have been affiliated. I know Odell Beckham, if I'm not mistaken, has been really cool with Justin Bieber before. She's telling Jack to get legal counsel. She's warning her. Right. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Love your hair, by the way. I'm thinking about getting a shortcut, but let me get back on topic. But yes, she was warning her and telling her to get counsel for herself and for the victims. But Ariel is the same person who is literally, who filed this complaint, and I would say possibly amended this complaint to put Jaguar's name in there. Now, based on what you guys just heard, now guess unless she was playing a mean game of chess and she already knew who Jaguar Wright was and she was just playing a good game, she made it seem like she really was just caught off guard maybe and did not know who this woman is, but was just trying to say, sis, you need to protect yourself. But I just find it interesting that now, after you kind of saying, sis, you need to protect yourself, to going to, sis, your ass is in this damn lawsuit. Now, y'all find that interesting? I don't know. I don't know. But you go from, because let's be clear, she didn't have to say that to Jag on Piers Morgan. She didn't have to sit up there and say, you need to protect yourself and you need to protect yourself and these victims. You need to get legal counsel. She didn't have to say that. She could have just kept quiet and did her segment with Piers and kept it moving. She went out of her way to say that, okay? She went out of her way to say it. Now, if y'all want me to, I will replay it again, because this is why I'm saying this is just so freaking weird that this is happening. That's why I was like, look, this ain't feeling right to me. This is not passing the sniff test. As much as I know people want it to pass the sniff test, it's not passing the sniff test for me. It smells fishy. So I'm going to play it again, because trust and believe, we going to hear exactly what she said.
People coming forward now with allegations about Diddy. What do you think about the scale of this case?
Well, before I get into that, I kind of want to address the prior two panelists. First with Mrs. Jaguar Wright. She said a lot of things that were very jarring in her explanation of what she saw and had firsthand accounts on. My concern for her, she's saying a lot of
what she saw and had first account. So in other words, this could be a situation where you claim what you say you saw verbatim, prove it. I'm putting your ass in here so you can prove what you claim you have.
Things that could be considered libelous.
Right.
And I would suggest that she contacts an attorney, if only to vet the information she has or purports to have from other victims. At least they can protect her, and then they can also do their due diligence, the attorneys, to make sure that the information she's receiving is accurate outside of the things that she knows and may have proof of. I was very concerned about some of the things that she had said in her prior segment. I also want to address Mr. Black.
Okay, so could this be a way where Jag is being added to this, that she has no choice but to go to an attorney at this point, and she has no choice but to have someone vet what she's claiming is true? Could it be? Maybe allegedly this is a way to say, prove it or shut up. That you have been claiming all this time you have proof. So that means you need to now go to an attorney. Because let me tell you something. I'd be damned if I represent myself as some shit like this. Sorry. No. I'd be damned. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if she can't ignore this. She can't ignore this. At least I don't think she would be able to ignore this. So, and again, it's Jag. I don't know what her pockets look like, but I'm just saying. I'm sure there's some attorney out there just for, you know what I'm saying, just for the purpose of the fact that she has a name out there at this point that may take it pro bono. But at the same time, they're going to want to have the discovery part 2 to say, what do you have? But the problem is this. The problem is in this case, they get descriptive. They claim Jaguar Wright was a passenger allegedly with this Helena girl who was apparently driving. They're saying that Jag was involved in whatever occurred in this situation from back in 2018, allegedly. So the problem is that she's in this as someone who I guess will be considered an accomplice of some sort in all of this. And it's very descriptive. It's a little too descriptive for me. And with all the stuff that's going on, I mean, you guys can definitely, like I said, go read it for yourself. Go listen to people who really go into detail about every single thing with the 80 pages. But Jaguar's name is in this as if she was actually there and she was in the passenger seat. And this Helena girl was driving, and even this Helena girl was telling the victim, don't throw up in my car. So this is why it gets very interesting, where it was just like, okay, so now again, this is amended. They just amended this. So this is what I'm saying, what's going on here, unless this attorney was just playing a mean game of chess, knew exactly who Jaguar Wright was, did not want to put her name in it, but then decided to? I don't know. Exactly, girl. That's why I said, child, look, I guess if I was a big time YouTuber and I was getting paid the money that some of these other people are getting paid, I may read the 80 pages. Not over here. I can't. I cannot. But yeah, they say Jaguar was allegedly there during the time. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. So this is why I'm saying it's, and then they said, of course, Big Homie.Cc was, I think, allegedly guarding a door or something. So this is what I'm saying. Like, this is crazy. It's not making sense to me. I'm not saying people are lying. By all means, I'm not saying that people are lying. But I'm just saying, when I heard those names and I saw Ariel's name, I remember this documentary. We went over this documentary, and Jaguar's name was never brought up until now. Anybody else finding this very weird in that it's not really making sense to me right now. Now it's really making me wonder what's the purpose? What's the purpose? In my personal opinion, okay, here's the damn problem though. See, this is why Jag put herself in this type of stuff. Because didn't she say she was a dominatrix on Piers? Didn't she say she was a dominatrix on Piers? Didn't she say that, you know what I'm saying, she used to have that type of clientele allegedly? Didn't she say that she used to be a PI I am, you know the rest. She said these things. So when you say these type of things, this is the type of stuff that happens. Like, you have said a lot of stuff, so I can't even I don't know if I could even be mad that somebody will put her in a case like this. Well, you know what? I could be mad if it's not true and they're just doing it just to put her in there. Shit, I don't know at this point, y'all. I don't know. Because I feel like at this point, she does need to provide the proof. She does need to provide the proof. She claims, though, that allegedly that maybe she has given it to some authorities, but at this point, she would need to provide the proof. But I feel like having her name in this as if she was actually physically there, and if she actually wasn't, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, that's interesting. And why not put her name in it back then? This case was already filed when the making of a bad boy, Diddy making of a bad boy documentary was out. They talked about this case, if I'm not mistaken, in the documentary. So why wouldn't Jag's name be involved in it then? She's not a big name celebrity. So you could put her in there. But why now? This is so interesting to me. Hey, Tracy. Yep, she was on live talking about she was wearing a body cam 05 proven. Yeah, you got to asterisk out that word though. Not you. You can't do the PIM and then that part. You got to asterisk it out. But I get what you said there, yeah. She had a lot of claim and she does need to prove it. I think this is what's happening. I think this may be a domino effect. Put her name in this and they start putting her name in everything else. Trying to see what she got or what attorney will take her on. Because in these situations, I wouldn't represent myself. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't represent myself, so you would need an attorney to take you on. But any attorney who really is worth something is probably going to sit down with Jag and say, what you got? What you got? You've been saying all of this stuff. What do you have? Or maybe they'll go in and just simply say this is a blatant lie. She wasn't there. You know what I mean? Because honestly, when you really think about it, the discovery phase, it would have to be proof from the attorney that's representing Ashley and the Jane and John Doe. They would have to show proof, I guess, too. So, well, I guess how the hell they going to show proof that she was in that damn car? It would have to be the plainest word versus them, right? So, you know, I guess it's one of those things where, yeah, and she did, based on the documentary, they said that she did file a police report that night, I guess, when things happened, and they didn't do anything about it. Wasn't it for being a truth teller? Yes, a truth teller, a defender, or some other stuff. I would never rep myself, especially with all of these. Yeah, nah, it wouldn't be smart. It would not be smart to represent herself. But again, she's so hot right now. It would have, what attorney would take her on, and any attorney is going to want to know what that person has. You know, unless they're just going to simply go in and just say, this is not true. She was not there, period. You know what I mean? And I don't necessarily know. The problem is Jaguar has talked so much. Has she possibly said something that alluded to she was around that night? She talks so much, you just never know. You really never know if she says something where they could try to say, okay, we could put her in here because she alluded to some things that happened that night. This is interesting. To me, though, my personal opinion on the situation, it's not passing the test. But again, I don't necessarily know why. But again, look, maybe because I am just on the high road of morals and ethics, but I also don't see why somebody would take so much time to go to school to get, you know what I'm saying? You have to be in school at least 7 years, you know what I mean, for your undergrad. And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, going into law school to get that damn degree. You have to bust your behind to, you know, to get some type of reputation when it comes to, you know, being a lawyer. I just don't know who would go through all of this just to pretty much put a Odell Beckham, Jaguar Wright, Janice Combs, Big Homie.Cc. Y'all know who Janice Combs is, and that's Diddy's mama. You done put Drewski, put those names in there just for it to be a flat out lie. Child, I don't know. But then again, I don't know. She better go find Busby. Busby already done put out there publicly he had no affiliation with Jaguar. So there's that. Yeah, he got the mama in there. Janice Combs in there. Mind you, again, they talked about this in a Diddy documentary. Why wasn't Diddy's mama mentioned in the documentary? Why wouldn't you mention the mama then? Child, at this point, I'm getting so frustrated with all of this back-to-back lawsuits, back-to-back extortion stuff, back-to-back. I mean, it does not end. I'm about to X all of this out until somebody finally comes with a conviction or something. Because I'm telling you, that mama is up next, allegedly. Legal reasons, maybe. This is why if I had to turn back the hands of time, I should have just went to law school just because. Just so I can know. Because I don't know. It just seems like to amend it now and to put all of these names in here. They fishing for something. Or maybe they reached out to these people and said, you know, hey, y'all better say something. You said I have Chris, I got too much going on and this ain't it. I got too much going on too, but I decided to start creating content. So I got to give y'all the content that y'all want. But honestly, as you can even hear, I got too much stuff going on amongst other things. But hey, one thing about it is sometimes I will say that you guys are my escape with all of the chaos that can be going on. So I like to come and have dialogue with y'all. But yeah, something in the buttermilk ain't clean to me on this situation. And so I'm going to continue this video. We're going to hear her call Vlad a culture vulture again because I quite enjoy it. So we're going to hear that part and then we're going to continue on to the other parts that she talks about.
Vlad, who I know to be a culture vulture, who takes from the Black community and doesn't give back and puts artists in situations where then they are indicted by the police. And he's very much so what we call police type investigation in the Black community. And for him to repudiate what Mrs. Wright has said, I thought was completely out of line. He can say he doesn't agree, which is fine. But for him to be someone who constantly uses the Black community and uses them as a means for his platform, I thought that was very inconsiderate and unprofessional. Now, to get to your question that you asked of me regarding the victims, there.
She said it, Vlad. I didn't. I'm just saying, but let's continue. Fair use.
Victims coming out every day, even someone who contacted me last night. So, and it's only standing to be more individuals coming out. I do talk to some of the other attorneys who represent victims that we already have known because they filed cases, who have additional victims who plan to come forward and they plan to file cases against very soon. So it's only a matter of how many more are going to come out. And it seems to be, it'll be very many more.
You've said that you've been contacted regarding the sale of one of the Diddy freak-off tapes, and that it features a very high-profile celebrity. What can you tell us about that?
So
I believe she actually says the P word in that next part. So I'll just kind of recap what she says in the next part. She says that apparently she was contacted about a tape, a Diddy tape with a very high profile celebrity. I believe she said a female celebrity who's a part of that, who has a bigger name than Diddy. And they're in the P word, they're engaging in the P part. But she said yes, that I think she actually confirms that she actually saw the video. So apparently she actually got some dang on proof. Or at least she has seen it. So I appreciate y'all back. Make sure you guys hit the like button. No lies told. She eat him up, sis. Hey, Roxy, Jag will have to legally stand on all allegations she's made. Claims from being I can't put the PIMP word on there. Being a P to providing kids. Yeah, and then saving women from yes. And hey, Roxy, how you doing? Yeah, she has said a lot of stuff. And when you say a lot of stuff like that, eventually, especially with all of these cases coming out, it comes to a point where you got to show and prove. You got to show and prove. And remember the last video I did, I said that I still don't believe that she's a 100% liar on everything that she has said. I do feel that sometimes, maybe, just maybe, she is taking other people's stories, and instead of her saying, I have been told or I have heard, she is putting herself in it to make it seem like she has experienced all of it. Okay. And the problem with that is, while it sounds more interesting that you're putting yourself in a situation and you're making yourself seem like you have been firsthand, like in every single thing that you're talking about. Yeah, it sounds like a great story, great storytelling. At the same time, no, people are going to want to know what type of proof you have. And the problem is she advertised that she had some type of evidence and proof. She was talking about body cams. So you just digging a hole. And again, now if she come up with something, if she actually does have the proof that she claims that she has, then a lot of the naysayers will shut it down. And to me, at this point, that would shut a lot of the people that have been saying that she's been lying from the beginning. It would shut it down. It would. Immediately, if she has it. But I think what's going on is that maybe now the law is going to come after her and say, you know what? You're in these cases. You're going to have to show and prove what you have, or you're going to have to show and prove. But again, if I'm not mistaken, the burden of proof, I mean, she's going to have a defense, of course, a defense attorney, at least I hope she would, but it's really the people that are filing a lawsuit against them. They got to show what they have. They have to show what they have. They're going to have to. So, and it's not like we're dealing with minors in this situation, at least from what we're seeing here. These are all adults. This happened in 2018. Every last one of those people, at least I think. I don't know how old this Drewski guy is, but 2018, that was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. So, I don't know, but I feel like this is not making sense. I ain't gonna be able to post some of y'all up. Some of y'all ain't extra, like that's the M word. I definitely can't put up there. Kirk Burroughs civil case connects with receipts. The RICO will include, and Ariel has been running a jury pool campaign. Oh gosh, you really taking it there, Nick Rich, and I can't put it up there because you got the M word all over the place. That's a big allegedly too. Y'all can see what's in the chat, but I can't post that up there. Sorry, boo. Can't do that. So yeah, you know what? A lot of this stuff at this point, it doesn't feel clean. And I guess here's the problem with it's not feeling clean to me. And what I mean is clean is that it's a straight black and white situation. The problem is you have things that have happened years ago, even decades ago. Now here's the problem though. This case does have a lot of it's very detailed. It's very detailed. Now, to me, the Cassie case was more detailed, of course, but this still doesn't have, this is not very fainted. It has details, descriptions, even what someone said to someone in the car. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely has details, but it just doesn't sit right. Like, a lot of this stuff isn't clean, and I'm really trying to figure out what is going on here. What is really going on here? CC and Jag are being swept up in Smoke and Mirror's campaign. Now I can post this part, Nick. I can post this part. Like I said, it just something ain't right. It doesn't feel right, and every detail is met with, but the authorities covered it up. How convenient. Okay, Nick Rich. Okay, all right. Now here's the thing, though. And I don't want people to be like, you defending Jag. I'm not defending Jag. I'm not defending Jag. I ain't defending anyone on this point. I'm defending the truth. I've told y'all that. The truth, the truth, the truth. I have no allegiance with no damn celebrity. I don't care about them because they don't care about me. I just want the truth. I want the truth. I want victims to have their truth, period. Puffy wants a taint. That's a big allegedly. I know you keep talking about the tainted jury pools. That's a big allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that someone is going to do that, though, or is trying to do that. Definitely not defending. Exactly. Definitely not defending. Yeah. No, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it, at least I'm not. I got to speak for myself because this is my channel. I'm not, because at the end of the day, like I told y'all, I am not. At one point, I was like, I'm Team Jag in a sense of no one, remember I told you guys at the beginning, I was like, no one has ever tried to fight what she has said, and no one has ever tried to come and deny anything. It wasn't only until that Piers Morgan that they was finally like, we're about to shut this down. So definitely, but I'm not about to sit up there after she said that whole situation that it was AI when she was on Storm. I was like, child, bye. Like, we all heard that. That's my whole thing. We heard it. She want to keep going with the AI approach or whatever. But again, I thought when I kept hearing this, I was like, oh, Diddy done probably sat up there because he's suing everybody else. Hell, I was like, he probably done sat up there and started a case on Jag. That's what I thought it was. And then I had to look at it again. I said, wait a minute. They're on the same side. Their defenders, like they got to have defense. Like, what is this? Diddy and Jag in the same situation? What is going on here? But again, she brought this on herself as if she was saying she used to be in the mix of those freaking parties and stuff. So you kind of put yourself in the mix. Like MC Hammer, they put me in the mix. But you put yourself in the mix. Hey, Miss T. Hey. I agree. They only need one person. So, yes, I know some of y'all be in the bushes. Make sure you guys hit the like button. And for those who are just listening in who want to talk, this is kind of a free-for-all for us to talk. Just kind of watch the words. You guys know how it is with the algorithm and everything else. But definitely hit the like button. Hitting the like is for free. It supports the channel. But, yeah. Yes. Y'all remember that song? They put me in the mix. Hammer, I am. That's what I'm saying. Like, but she put herself in the mix. He said they put me in the mix. No, Jag put herself in the mix. So yeah. But yeah, you guys, this situation though, I'm not even looking at this like, ooh, Jag, you in trouble. I feel like there's something fishy going on here. And I think that maybe, just maybe, this is possibly the start of some other stuff where maybe Jag is going to get called in a lot of other stuff to kind of force her hand to try to get. Maybe this is a way that Ariel was saying you have no choice but to get representation at this point. And whatever your attorney is going to have to vet what you claim you have. I don't know. Now, Big Homie.Cc just came on. I don't even know if Big Homie.Cc has even been doing interviews for the past year. I feel like I just heard about him for the last couple of months. He's very, very new, in my opinion. If you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, he's very new on the YouTube streets as far as interviews are concerned. So, but again, he has also been talking about how he has been at some of these alleged parties, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I haven't listened to all of his interviews. Like I said, I think I heard one where he actually mentioned he was at a Diddy party. It's him. Let me put him here. This guy right here. That is Big Homie period CC. Like, his actual name is Big Homie period CC. Okay? So he has been now talking about the evilness of the industry as him being an alleged celebrity bodyguard. Okay. So he is now, you know what I'm saying, like out there talking about things that he has seen and know and all of that stuff. So interesting enough, he's gotten pulled into this as well. All right. Now, the Drewski guy, like I said, I tried to look up some information on Drewski. I do know that he actually, if I'm not mistaken, did a skit with Diddy before. I think I saw something where Drewski did an actual skit with Diddy or on Revolt or something like that. And you guys who may really know him may know, and you guys can let me know in the chat. But I feel like with the little short research that I did, he definitely has done some type of skit, I guess, or Revolt. Let me check and see. But yeah, I definitely feel like I did see something like that. Yeah, so Drewski, yeah, I think he did. Yeah, there is something on here. It says, what happens when Drewski gets too comfortable at Diddy's parties? This is apparently on like a Revolt. It's on Revolt. Yeah. And it looks like Diddy's in the background. So, you know what I mean? So again, but that doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, he's attached to this in some kind of way. When was this interview? When was this amended? Apparently this just got amended like this week, if not yesterday. This is something that just was amended. Mind you, Michelle, let me look it up. Let me look it up. He was drinking his, yeah, and I don't even know if I can play that because I'm sure I would get flagged if I played it. But if you guys can look it up, Drewski and Diddy, you'll see a skit that they did. And then of course, when I just Googled it, Reddit is up here. Reddit was talking about Drewski, you know, visits this and visits that. So, you know, it's definitely all over the place. And apparently this has like over 4 million views. But let me see when the Peacock Making of a Bad Boy release date. When was this released? So it was released January 14th. So January 14th of this year is when Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy came out. All right. So here it is now, March 8th. This is now being amended. I don't know. The civil case won't get pushed to trial quickly. The best thing for the YT community to do is counteract this interference play is ignored Ariel's case so that it has no impact on Rico. To do the counter, I mean, look, there are definitely people on YouTube who I just like to have the conversation with y'all and talk about this. There are some people who go so deep into these cases. Yeah, let them handle that. I ain't about to do all of that. I just know that to me, my spidey senses, the discernment that God has given me is telling me something is not passing the test for me. That makes me say this is a done deal. See, Jag, Gene Deal, they all put themselves in the mix. Whenever they told their tales, they made it seem like they were. And I'm surprised. Look, at this point, I'm like, but again, this happened in 2018. If Gene said he stopped working for Diddy before that, you can't put Gene in there, because then that means that, you know, Gene wouldn't have been there, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I appreciate you, Nikki. And make sure you guys hit the like button, like, share, and subscribe. Jag looking like a co-sport. Well, here's the problem. She's alluded to that. She's talked a lot. She has talked a lot, I think, which is why a lot of us was like, damn, well, if you willing to go there, if you know what I'm saying, if you willing to go there and say that, and then even be bold enough to say, well, then sue me and say things like that, it's like, well, damn, you got to have some type of proof. You almost daring them. You're daring them so you can put out the proof. You know what I mean? Like, when you do that, it's like you're daring them. So maybe these attorneys are calling our bluff. To see. At this point, yeah, I think Gene, if I'm not mistaken, said he stopped working for him, I feel like in the early 2000s, maybe. I feel like so he can't be in this if he wasn't there. They got to make sure that this looks completely legit. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm kind of like middle ground. I'm not going to sit up there. I can't say nothing is a blatant lie at this point, because I really don't know, because I don't put anything past anyone. Jack said she was she did say that. She said that. It's video out there right now all over YouTube saying that she said that. Jack is listed as accepted money from Diddy. That's allegedly, because I have not seen that information, but I'm gonna say allegedly. Because yeah, I don't know that to be true, but I do know that in that video with Piers, she said that she knows this information because she was in that life, so to speak. So is it far stretch for her to have? Of course, naturally, no one goes into that type of work unless you're trying to make money. Not only a lot of money, but fast money, quick money. So is it safe to say that she possibly did? I mean, it's allegedly, but that's what you go into that type of business for. Ain't nobody doing that for free. So, you know, look, all I know is that I'm curious to see where this is going to go. Now, this one I will definitely follow. At a certain point, some of these other cases, I've just kind of fallen back, because I'm like, it's so much back and forth. It's so many. I'm going to hit you with a lawsuit, then I'm not. Then I'm going to hit you with another lawsuit, then I'm not. And it's a lot of just chaos and confusion. I'm kind of over it. But this situation, because of the names that pop up, and because I remember Ariel Mitchell, and because I remember her client's story, and now this is being amended, it's really making me curious on where this is about to go and what was the reason. There is a reason, you know, and maybe the reason is what's in this actual case. The reason is that they're saying, no, this is true. Jaguar was in the car. They have in there that she was in the passenger seat. Now, apparently this Helena girl allegedly had also filed a suit against Michael Jackson back in the day, which was another thing in itself. I was just like, this sounds like a script at this point. This sounds like just a lot going on. It's so much drama. Jack, okay, so if she was a slick back then, that would explain how she knows so many deeds. Exactly. Exactly. But at the same time, if she was a slick back, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many nice slick backs do you know? You know what I mean? Like, how many nice slick backs do you know? Slick backs are pretty much there to take someone's money. So, let's see. It's as if she participated at times, but this particular lawsuit doesn't pass the stink test. It just it don't smell right to me. But again, we would have to really see what's going on. At this point, everybody gets a side eye. Jack knows too much not to have been in certain right. That exactly my point, Michelle. At this point, everybody get a damn side eye. I don't know who to trust, what to trust. That includes every freaking attorney that's attached to everything. I don't know. Okay? I don't know at this point. You know what I mean? Because again, lawyers, they're going to do what they need to do for their client. And sometimes that don't include the highest morale. All right? So I don't trust any situation at this point. But what I do know is when I saw this, I said, this is interesting. This is something that can't necessarily, it's not making sense, especially because, again, it's the documentary for me. Watching that documentary and doing a review on that documentary, as soon as I was hearing this, I said, why does this sound familiar? I immediately went back to that documentary and I said, I knew I had heard this story because this is the same girl who did a lawsuit. This lawsuit, hold on. You know what? Forget it. Let me see if I can do a freaking, hold on. Let me make sure I'm spelling her name correctly. It is Parham. So, yes, she claims this. Okay, so literally back in October of 2024, Diddy is being sued by a woman claiming that he violently essayed her back in 2018. So, and again, they said Ashley, her name. This was February 2018. So this started coming out back in October of 2024, which would make sense because this is around the time they probably started the whole documentary. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely, and they said, I think her last name is pronounced Parham. I don't know how to pronounce this. Parham's lawsuit allegedly that after she claimed in the call that Combs had a hand in rapper Tupac Shakur's unaliving, the man from the bar set her up to be essayed by Combs the following month. This is the woman who claims that because she felt like he had a hand in Tupac's situation, that all of a sudden, of course, a month later, she got essayed. All right. And then, of course, they went into detail about what he did to her, what others did to her, how allegedly he was going to do something to her face. And then they claimed that lady, I think, what's her name? Hold on. Yeah, you got to watch the documentary. The lady, Christina, allegedly said that his quote unquote clients, I guess, would prefer that she looks a certain way. It's very detailed. Of course, she's in the dark, but Ariel is actually her representative who talks about it. So it's very detailed on what she talks about. So that's why I remember it, because especially with the remote situation, when she described what he did with the remote, it caught me off guard. Like, I was just like, what the hell? I think everybody who watched that was just like, oh my gosh. Like, what with the remote situation? So that's why, and Ariel, was given the details about those three people, Sean, Christina, and Shane. So when I saw this and heard it, I said, oh. But then I was like, wait, this is the same lady that was on Piers Morgan, the same actual live or, segment with Jag. So why is this now coming out now that Jag is added to this case? That's why I said, I got to go live. I got to go live. Let me see. Jag ain't got the money these other folks got. They money way longer than hers. Yeah, well, see, here's the problem, though. We don't know who really got money. You know what I'm saying? Funny thing is, at this point in the future, Ariel can make an announcement that the parties have reached an agreement, meaning I just wanted to play for Puppy Money Wire, allegedly. I mean, I'm hoping if she is doing this, she's doing this for a smart, strategic reason that doesn't hurt innocent people. I'll just say that. I hope that whatever is going on, that strategically this is being done so it does not hurt innocent people. You know what I mean? So, ooh. Red carpet's picture of the internet with the blend. Ooh. What was the movie premiere? I'm about to look that up. What was the movie premiere? At Quincy's movie premiere. Now that's interesting. Let me see. At Quincy's movie premiere, what was the name of it? Because I see her here with like a sweatsuit on. Let me see. What was the name of it? Oh, with I'll Be Sure. Let me see. I'm going to look it up and then I'm going to share my screen. I don't see it. I don't, but you know the internet, they be trying to erase stuff, child. They will erase stuff. But I feel like somebody would have sat up there and probably posted that at this point too. Not saying, of course, that you lying, Nick, but I mean, that would be quite interesting if she did have a Tupac shirt on. That would be very interesting. Very interesting. And was Diddy there that night of the premiere? They was all there, right? If I'm not mistaken. Very interesting. Child, let me tell you something. Like I said, I want all evil to be exposed, but at this point, like I think just Google it again, not scrubbed. How are you Googling though? Kim Porter. I put Kim Porter at Quincy's movie premiere. That's what I put. Let me put Kim Porter with Tupac shirt on. How about that? Let me do that. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. All right, I'm about to share this screen. Now, was this right before? Got it. Okay, so a lot of the gossip sites were talking about this. She had a black shirt on. This was right before, though. Yeah, so let me see. All right, I'm about to blow it up for you guys. Give me a second. Found out the date that the picture was taken. Mom really got inserted through. Well, a lot of people have a lot to say about that. Okay, so wait a no. This was June of 2015. When did Kim pass? Kim passed in 2000. She passed right before. Hold on. So this was definitely years before. Kim Porter passed date. No, that was November 15th of 2018. This happened back in June 2015 because one of the bloggers posted this with her having a picture of Tupac at one of Quincy's premieres. It was Quincy, Kim, Diddy, and she has a black Tupac shirt on. So that was 2015 when she had that Tupac shirt on. So that wasn't right after. I mean, that wasn't right before. That was like 3 years, 2.5 years, beforehand. But well, yeah, no, 3 years. What the hell am I talking about? Get your math together, Chris. But yeah, that was 3 years before. So Miss Jan slick back, so they say. You mean so some, yeah. Some people have said that. Yeah, but I don't see the connection with her having that on 2 weeks before. She did have one on though, but it was in 2015. So, but either way, let Al be sure tell it and other people tell it, they feel it was foul play on her passing anyways. So who knows if that Tupac shirt triggered something back then for her demise later. We don't know. So what I do know is that at this point, I think there's truth. This is what I feel. I feel there's truth in all of this, in all of these cases and lawsuits and stuff. I feel that there is truth there, okay? I do. But I feel like the power of greed, the power of fame, the power of notoriety, and the power of that type of stuff is taking over the actual truth. I truly feel like the victims are not really the highlight anymore. They're not. That's what I feel. And at this point, it's not passing the smell test for me that Jag was involved in what was happening that night. That's for me. That is my opinion. I would love to see if there's proof, just like I would love to see Jaguar's proof. But I do feel like everything is getting so freaking muddy with the clout, with everybody wanting to have their piece or have their say in Diddy being allegedly this and that, and the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and everybody's name getting tied up in this, that we are all forgetting about the main people. Because I do feel that there are victims. I do. The problem is that now they're being completely overshadowed by all of this. By all of this. Now, do I feel that Jaguar Wright is 100% innocent? Hell no. Hell no. I mean, you've admitted that you claimed to be a big old P at one point. So, you know what I'm saying? I have never been able to respect the P. I've never been able to respect the P. Pretty much as a P, what you're doing is you're claiming that you're going to protect someone, but you're taking their money even though they're doing all the work. That ain't something that I respect. So the fact that she said something like that, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to rock with that anyways. But I guess it was just like, well, at least you're willing to admit it, and maybe now that you've changed your life, you're willing to expose all the things that are out there. But I do find it interesting. I will say this, that allegedly, if you was a part of this lifestyle like she claimed she was, and she had workers like she allegedly claims she has had, why haven't any of them stepped forward and vouched for or even trashed her name? Why haven't any of her so-called employees at one point, if that's what you want to call them, why haven't they mentioned anything about her? You know what I'm saying? Like, why haven't they said anything? Why haven't they verified that, yes, she was my P? This is what happened, or this has occurred, even if they don't want to show their face. Why haven't they verified any of this and give any details about it? She is the only one who has said something. So again, I think people are starting to get tired and they're saying, put up or shut up. I think that's just really what it is. Jaguar brought this on herself. She did. She brought it on herself. She wanted the spotlight, saying that she wanted to expose the truth. She got that award, and they telling her she a truth teller, truth in service, and she's unapologetic about telling the truth. Okay, that's fine. But now people are going to want to know what you have. And personally, for me, I don't know if she wants to go down that rabbit hole with trying to get attorneys and paying for attorneys, unless someone is willing to be out there and actually take her case on pro bono, which that may be the case if they feel like they're going to get some type of attention from it. Again, that clout chasing situation, that the people love to be a clout chaser to get their name and stuff out there. But for me, if I would represent Jaguar Wright, I would want to know some of this stuff is true. Because again, your reputation as an attorney is everything. You want to be able to win cases, beat cases. I'll be and Diddy use that to keep Al away. Ain't no way another man gonna let her raise their son. I don't know if I believe that, Michelle. Like, I don't. It could have been written in a book. I just don't know if I believe that about Al and Diddy. I don't know if I believe that about Al. I'll say that. I do feel like he felt like if he did try to push on a situation, not only the way he made it describe it to me felt like he was trying to say his life could have been in jeopardy, but also Quincy's life and Kim's life. So he just tried to stay away for the sake of protection and peace and everything else for his child, his baby mother, whatever the case may be. So I don't necessarily know if I believe that story, because let's be clear, they also try to say that about Christopher Williams and Diddy. See, the thing is, they always want to assume that every light-skinned, curly hair dude look alike. Remember, they tried to say that about Christopher Williams, allegedly. Christopher Williams and Diddy. So, but of the truth is a truth teller, but of the truth, maybe not. She has a new friends at Mar-a-Lago. You never know what the next play in Craig. Look, you got a point. You have an absolute point on that, which is why I did a video on that too. I was mind blown. I said, what the hell? I said, oh my gosh, like she is really like, this is really happening. She's getting the freaking award at Mar-a-Lago. I understand that her name was on the award and everything else, but the whole point is that they decided to still have her there and give her something. That to me is telling me what is going on. Blow the whistle. What is going on? It's in the book. Him caught them in bed. Allegedly. I would like to know, is this book published? See, this is the thing. Is this book published? See, everybody talking, speculate. You talking about this book that Kim Porter apparently was writing? Yeah, we have not gotten proof of that yet. And we haven't gotten proof of, what she wrote, if she wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that. So we don't necessarily have proof. Yeah, Christopher Williams looked like he definitely had a rough life after his short-lived career. Unfortunately, it was a short-lived career because he could actually sing his butt off and he could act. But his short-lived career. Now, I'll be sure for him to have been in the hospital as long as he has, he still looks very good for his age and what he's been through. But yeah, Christopher Williams looks like he definitely has been through some stuff. He has. Don't wake me. Yes, don't wake me. I'm I'm dreaming. I'm surprised I didn't start coughing trying to sit up there and sing. Christopher Williams looks bad, like something happened. Yes, he does. He definitely, he definitely looks like he had it rough. I mean, he was trying to create a singing career or acting career. Definitely in the early 90s, he was a hit. He was definitely a hit. And then, but see, I had heard allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, I heard his issue is that him and the radio, like they didn't, like, he was having issues with interviews, or like people at the radio stations wasn't messing with him because he wasn't really messing with them. And back then radio was everything. There was no internet. If you didn't do your interview plays at the radios, if you wasn't in good with those radio DJs and really wanted to do interviews and engage with them, you was out of luck, especially on your music career. I had heard that he really just was horrible when it came to really kind of playing the game and really having the interviews and things that he needed to do. So, yeah, for him to have actually gone through what he's gone through, he still is good. Like he has, he was in those kitchens, and I ain't posting that, Ty. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know that's why you laughing. I am not posting that. Oh yeah, I heard. I think I feel like Gene Deal talked about that, because apparently, because Christopher Williams was from the Bronx. Apparently, he was about that life back in the day. Like, truly one of those don't let that light skin fool you type of guy. So apparently, when he heard that, he was pissed off. And so, yeah, definitely. See, this is what I'm saying. Jaguar Wright done pissed a lot of people off. So again, I don't necessarily know what this move is, but it's a move. It's a move. Now, she gonna probably talk about this, right? You already know she gonna talk about this. Now, I'm curious to see if anybody else is gonna speak up. Big Homie.Cc, I feel like Odell Beckham, he just gonna have an attorney handle it. The Drewski guy, he's probably gonna have an attorney handle it, because he's probably not gonna do a skit or anything on this, I'm assuming. Everybody else is probably gonna have an attorney handle it. I feel like Jaguar is probably gonna say something, and Big Homie.Cc is gonna say something. I feel like they're gonna say something. They're probably gonna sit down with a very, like a content creator they trust, to kind of maybe, talk about it. I don't know if that would be the smart thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, when this type of stuff happens, you just may want to lawyer up. That's what I'm saying. This is why it's so freaking confusing. You know what I mean? Is that, why would you waste so many years in school to put your career on the line? But that's the same thing with the Busby situation. Why go through all of that and put your career on the line? Now, here's the thing. Maybe like a Busby, they don't care what the public per se thinks. It's the law that's on their side. Because, of course, right now, a lot of people think that Busby is a horrible attorney because they feel like Jay-Z got the victory in the end. Now, but again, Busby, for whatever reason, isn't really pressed by this. He's been posting, proof that he, I guess, allegedly still can practice in New York and all of this other stuff. I don't know. I don't know how these attorneys think at this point, but I don't think they necessarily care about the public opinion. They care about, I guess, a law, and how the law is going to be on their side and how they're going to win cases. Maybe that's, of course they're about winning cases, but I also feel like sometimes they may know that a case won't be won, like a particular case, they're not going to win it, but it's a play for them to move on to something else. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could be in the mind of these attorneys. Now, what clip are you talking about? Because I feel like I did hear something a while back about Odell and Justin. If you can be very content creator friendly on what the description of what very, don't put certain words, Ty, because I felt like I did hear something about Odell and Justin back in the day. I just couldn't remember it. And then I'm just seeing that they used to party together. But yeah, but apparently I thought I had saw something that something could have went on that was very suspect, if I'm not mistaken. It's okay as long as they can drop the case and walk away. Yeah, they got, like I said, the law's on their side, right? They know how to sometimes maybe put stuff out there, and they know they could just walk away from it, maybe. I don't know. But I do feel like, I'm like, she's a Black woman. We don't get that many chances. You know what I'm saying? She's not Busby. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times what a Busby can do, what Ariel Mitchell couldn't do. So there's just certain ways that we have to move, because we already got people who think that automatically we're horrible human beings if we go against another Black person, or especially another a Black man. We've seen that time and time again. Even the girl in the club with the whole Shine and Diddy situation, that Black woman said that she was like completely attacked for like years about how she was just trying to take a successful Black man down. Like, Black women don't have, no one has a Black woman's back. She's a Black woman attorney. She's not going to have the same type of privilege. She's not going to have the same type of forgiveness like a Tony Busby. So this is why it just makes it just harder to even imagine that she would do this and not have what she needs to back it up. But it still is not passing the sniff test for me, though. Yes. There is no, okay, so that's what it was. Okay, yes, got it. And then here's the, see, and this is another thing too. They are talking about that. Don't think that these lawyers and these people are not also understanding this connection with the Odell and a Justin, allegedly. But then at the same time, guess who Justin has been affiliated with? Diddy. You see all of that? So it's like Justin is affiliated with Diddy. He was a part of the, what was it? The flavor camp, so to speak. The Diddy camp, so to speak. So this is why I'm saying it's oh my gosh, it's a lot. It's a big rabbit hole. That's why I truly think she was in this from the beginning to run interference for Puffy, put out Atlantic Confused Eureka. So you think that she actually is doing this to protect Diddy? That's what you think? That she's actually doing this to protect Diddy? She's putting the interference in this to a certain extent, so then this case can be dropped and look like it was ridiculous, so then that way it can kind of help him. Is that what you're saying, maybe? So it was already, Danielle, you just wanted to post that because he had already said knees. He said that a couple of posts ago. You just wanted to say that. Ariel has a great poker face. She definitely waited to the end. She let Busby set the stage. Now she's coming with the band members. Okay. All right. Big allegedly, but okay. So yeah, so no, definitely. Look, honey, I don't even know if an attorney could figure this stuff out right now. I really think this is just a sit back and wait and see. But what I do know is this thing is over 80 pages. There's a lot of detail in it. And the detail includes Jaguar Wright, Big Homie.Cc, Drewski, and the rest of them. But the problem is also at the bottom, it says Big Homie.Cc, and John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, which that tells me there's more John and Jane Doe's. Make sure you guys hit the like button. So yeah, there's more. So it's like, do they do that just to add names as they go? Let me see. Hi, Rashid the Great. This isn't Jaguar W. The key is the white man, MJ accuser. What white man are you talking about? Because they were talking about Helena Harris, apparently, allegedly, is the one who tried to file something against MJ. So what white man are you talking about? Or if you just don't want to tell me the name, I totally get it. Puerto Rico, timing is interesting following. Okay. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to have to wait and see on that. And you know what's interesting? If all of that plays out, we going to be back here on this live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe so then that way y'all can know if I talk about this again, because it's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that's the way you feel. Now, again, that's a big allegedly. That's a big allegedly. I don't know. I definitely don't know. What I do know is also, though, we in a harsh ass economy and money talks. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know what people would necessarily do to survive in this crazy economy. Okay? Because you got even attorneys, doctors, and everything else right now who's actually struggling. Well, I don't know about doctors, depending on what type of doctor, but yeah, you got people who are professionals who are struggling. Like, the economy is rough. Courtney and Andrea both were bad actors and couldn't run the interference plays right. See, you know a lot, Nick. You know a lot. Because I don't even know. I only know Ariel connected to this Ashley girl. I don't even know. You talking about Courtney and Andrea, child. You talking about something. Who was Courtney and Andrea? This shows you how much. See, this is why me, Nicole, definitely I don't know who the hell they are. Were they other accusers of Diddy? Because I know she said she had multiple cases. The one that really hit me was this one because of the Tupac situation, because you know I'm West Coast. So the Tupac situation, because everybody been curious since 96 what really happened in that situation. But yeah, I don't know who are these other Diddy accusers. She was even hooking up with Amisha crazy self too. Courtney was peddling the faith. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay. Well, look. Like I said, this is all alleged, all for entertainment purposes. I'm saying because my pockets need life support. That's what I'm saying. Like, shoot. At this point, a lot of people making moves for money purposes. Not saying that she is, but, you know, when you know the law, you can play the game very, very well. So, you know, which again, at this point, like I said, I want to know if this is really about the victims at this point. That's what I'm saying. The victims are kind of getting muddied up in this. It's not about them anymore. Courtney had the drives he supposedly got from. Got it. Okay. Got it. So yeah, this is a rabbit hole of shit. This is a rabbit hole of shit. And now we have to see if we actually, like, we got to shift through all of this shit and see what actually is the real shit or the bad shit. That's the problem. That's the problem. This is a lot. And with all of these cases against Diddy, it's like, how many of them actually have validity to it? How many of them do? Half the drugs he supposedly got from him. Okay, and then, but she couldn't stay off of YT because the checks were coming in. She couldn't keep her story straight. Got it. Got it. See, this is what I'm saying. And this is why I said it's not passing the sniff test. And now I can see why at this point, even when all of these type of cases come out, people don't believe it until it's actually proven. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It's just, it's one of those things where it's really hard to see who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth, who's trying to get money, who's really a victim. There are victims where the only way that they can get justice is money, like Cassie. We clearly know Cassie was a victim. Now, the reality is a lot of people feel like Cassie wasn't just a victim. She is a victim, but they also felt like she could have been participating in this stuff too. This is why I'm saying it gets so muddy. It gets so muddy. You know what I mean? And it's like, who was just like actually the real victims in this situation? Because I thought one of the girls in one of these documentaries the one who was really descriptive about I think it was the pool table and smelling the menthol or whatever. I damn near cried hearing her story. Then I was literally on a YouTube channel where somebody was saying that her story didn't check out and it wasn't true. So I was just like, who to believe at this point? And if it's true or not true, and I just, it's very hard for me, maybe because of who I am as a person, it is very hard for me to just really come to grips with people crying, shaking, and doing all of that. And it's not true. And I guess maybe because I'm just a good-hearted person at heart and my parents told me to lie on people is wrong. But it is crazy, I guess, what people will do for attention and maybe money. I don't know, but I don't know who to believe anymore. And I try my best to say, I'm going to believe every victim, of course, until proven otherwise. And I still stand on that. But I'm just like, with all of this stuff coming out and people doing these documentaries and crying and stuff, and I'm feeling bad. And then now these actual YouTube channels are coming trying to show proof how people aren't telling the truth. I'm just like, at this point, let me just step away from this until somebody really comes with the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like the facts on the table. I want the truth. You can't trust anybody who has on luxury logos from top to bottom, like she's straight out of the swap meet. Who you talking about there? I'm like, Daniel, who you talking about? Exactly. It hurts real victims. Right. Diddy made everyone in his organization a victim of SA. I have the book and read it, and it's looking on point the way things are unfolding. Okay. So you're not talking about the book. I don't know if you're talking about, you said Kimura, but are you talking about the one other model who passed? Was it called Bling? Is that the book you're talking about, Michelle? The Bling book? I feel like there was a book called Bling by one of their friends, and they were all connected. I think you're talking about that book, or maybe you're talking about another book. By all means, let me know. But I feel like maybe that's the book you're talking about. It's no longer it's no longer published, right? I think if you got it, you got it. And if you don't have it, you got to get a copy of it, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check and see. But I feel like that's the book. Hold on. Because Kimura's book, I don't think she's written like a low down dirty book. That Fabulosity book, that ain't, because I think that's the only book that she has. I feel like there's a book called Bling that was out there by Erica Kennedy. Is that her? Are you talking about her? Let me see. Because she passed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, it says Bling is a novel about a small town girl and the music mogul determined to make her a megastar. Is that what you're talking about? Her name was Erica Kennedy. She passed in 2012. I'm talking about the book supposedly Courtney wrote. Oh, but it's not published though, right, Michelle? It's not a published book, because if that's the case, I feel like everybody named Mama would be talking about it. I know I've heard about the book Bling by Erica Kennedy. I don't feel like it's published anymore. You can't even actually buy it, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe you can. Let me check and see, because I may buy that shit. Oh, well, maybe you can. Yep. Erica Kennedy. You can. So maybe I have to buy it, but I did hear about that book. But yeah, so maybe it was on Amazon. Okay, well, Michelle, can you because it seems like you don't want to give the title of it. So if you can DM me, it's the same name on Instagram, and let me know the name of the book, because you're not really giving me that many details on it. But if you can like give me the name of the book or whatever, so I can kind of research it and look it up, like you can DM me on IG, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly what book you're referring to, so then that way I can do my research. So yeah. He admitted he didn't even know what was even in the book before he passed the hard drives. He lied about it all. Courtney admitted he did. Oh, okay. See, this is what I'm saying. See, y'all, I love y'all because y'all be knowing the know, okay? I don't know. Half the time, maybe I'm too consumed with my job or child life or whatever, but some of this stuff goes completely over me because of the fact, oh, is that the name of it? And now we can't even get it. Let me see. Okay. That's interesting. Well, I have to see y'all. Question: does the book discuss girl Nick? Put M, put a M or smur SM. Put an M and asterisk that stuff out. You have said that so many times in the chat. They do check the chat too, Nick. The M word, asterisk that stuff out. I'm gonna have to remove that part because last time. But I'm gonna have to just delete this comment. Cause just put the actual, it's all good. I know you ain't doing it on purpose, but you gotta asterisk out that word. That's a big time word that gets flagged. Bling sent her to her new home on high. Oh wow. Jag was incarcerated at the time of this accusation, so she has an alibi. Whoa, okay, hello, Willow. Well, guess what? I deleted it. So well, look, if that is the case. That is a very easy fix now, isn't it? If that is the case and Jaguar has proof that she was actually incarcerated, there is nothing else to say, and that will be a mic drop. Mic drop. If she was incarcerated at the time, that is something that easily records can pull up. Easily pull up. And she will have proof of that. And on that, that's what it is. The problem is, though, she ain't been incarcerated all the time. So I just feel like this is about to create a storm, a shit storm for what could possibly come. But again, if she has that, that's easy. And she could take that to an attorney without her having to give any more information probably and say, you don't need to know what I have. What you do need to know is the dates that they gave in this. I was incarcerated. Anybody could look that information up. Wherever she was incarcerated at, they will have that information. So we'll have to see. It's still not passing the sniff test for me, though. Something just ain't right. That's what it's giving me. It's giving me Keith Sweat, something ain't right. Because it's not making any sense. If the book doesn't discuss Pac in details, then I'm guessing Puffy gave Courtney that book. I don't know. Hey, V baby, something is not right, and at this point, I'm telling you, something's not right. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Ariel has. We'll have to see what's going on. One thing about it though is sis served in this look, baby. The weave was laid. The makeup was on point. The eyebrows were on point. The lashes were on point. She was camera ready for Piers Morgan, honey. She was not about to disappoint. She was ready to go. Okay? She was ready to go. So it's Pool Albie said at first it was true until they asked the part about him and Diddy in bed, and then the kids wanted all the proceeds from the book. Oh, child. That's a lot, honey. That's it. Okay, they are plenty of CCs reading it on live. Oh, okay. Well, then good. I'll find one of them. Don't put a content creator in my chat though. Don't do that. But I could just look it up and then find it online then. They were. She looked good. She was ready for her moment. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean whether she telling, you know what I'm saying, like she's representing her client. So whether it's the truth or not, or whatever the case may be, she representing a client. And when you represent your client, you better represent them to the max. You better look on point. And she looked on point. She had on a nice button-up shirt. You know what I'm saying? Didn't show, you know what I'm saying, any skin. She looked very professional. And the hair was just flowing. if Diddy did that, did tape that, the lawsuit mentioned possibly. Like, I just, again, the fact that she claims she's ran across a tape that has a big celebrity that's bigger than Diddy on the tape, and she actually has access to that of some sort, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of people who are gonna put themselves in this situation. Right now, I believe like Tony Busby and Ariel Mitchell are the biggest names right now attached to these cases, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all let me know if there's any other attorneys, but I feel like those are the top two attorneys that we're constantly hearing about, right? So, we'll have to see, honey. But yeah, I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about this. Very interesting here. I am still gonna say that this just something doesn't feel right to me. Something doesn't feel true to me. But again, the one thing about it is in these situations, show and prove. Show and prove what you have. Show and prove that you didn't do it. Show and prove that you were incarcerated. Just show and prove. But I have a feeling we're going to probably get a couple of people who going to go to their content creators or their own channels and discuss what's going on. I wouldn't recommend it. Again, you need to get an attorney involved in this, but truth is truth. And that's what I want. I want the truth in this situation. Her lashes and tacky logos. Danielle, you don't like this woman, do you? And what logos are you talking about? You talking about logos in this? I don't see no logos on this, or am I tripping? Maybe, girl, my eyes is getting bad. But she looked nice here. I thought she looked really nice. Child, Danielle said, F that. I don't care. She like, I don't care, honey. But we'll have to see. But yeah, I want your opinions in the comment section. Of course, we talked about this. We almost been going on for 2 hours, child. Which means I'm starting to feel better because I thought for sure I wouldn't be able to hang this long because of how I've been coughing. But that means I'm getting better. I'm not as congested anymore. This was a special occasion, child. Danielle. I'm telling y'all, my crew is something else. I'm telling you, my crew is something else. But yeah, you guys, let's continue the conversation. What do you guys think? And again, this is all alleged. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Did you drink your lemon ginger tea? I did drink my lemon ginger tea. I even had a hottie toddy. Y'all know what hottie toddies are, honey. Look, let me tell you, the other night I had a hottie toddy. When I tell you I woke up and I was literally drenched in sweat from head to toe, like my pinky toe was sweating. Do you understand me? Like that hottie toddy was like taking everything out of my system. If I was in this situation, I would go with Cassie's lawyer. You probably got to have some money to go with Cassie's lawyer. You gotta have some money to go with Cass. If you don't have the money to go with Cassie's lawyer, you better have the proof on top of proof with Cassie's lawyer. Cassie's lawyer, in my opinion, had all the proof he needed to, to go forth. Because trust and believe, whatever money Cassie got, there was probably a certain percentage going to that lawyer. That lawyer I don't think that lawyer did that pro bono, but Cassie's lawyer definitely had proof. That freaking case was so detailed. Oh my gosh, it made my stomach turn. This one, just hearing this one though, too, I didn't like what the hell I was hearing. I was just like, this stuff just sounds completely demonic. Gosh, like maybe I'm grateful that I just was. I don't know. People used to say I was sheltered as a child. I don't think I was sheltered, but if that's what they call shelter, thank God I was. Because to me, this type of stuff is just inhumane, demonic, absolutely not. But yeah, you guys, let's continue the conversation below. I'm so glad for those. It wasn't that many people in the chat, but you guys were definitely listening. I see you guys are still listening. Please hit the like button. Liking the actual channel is free. Share, subscribe. And for those, drop a comment. What do you guys think about the situation? Because for me, I feel like something seems very slick and something seems very iffy. But again, Maybe you guys have more insight on the situation, and you guys can definitely leave your comments in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.